Toncoin just knocked Cardano out of the top 10, but is this bearish? Is this bullish? What does it all mean? And in this video, I'm going to answer some very important questions. First, why is Toncoin mooning in price right now? Secondly, am I still bullish on Cardano despite getting knocked out of the top 10? And then at the last part of the video, I got some very important warning signs that you really need to pay attention to. So if you go to CoinGecko, you're going to see no longer in the top 10. You see Cardano resting uncomfortably at number 11. Toncoin is on number 10. If you're on CoinMarketCap, Cardano is number 10. It's Lido staked Ether. But yes, Toncoin has just been on fire lately. And this chart right here is the last 30 days. Now you can see on the top end right there, Toncoin has moved 134% in the last 30 days. And if we go down low to look at Cardano, you can see Cardano has fallen 15%, and now you can see Toncoin has since surpassed. So first question, why is Toncoin moving? This article does a really good job breaking down their latest development. Latest development is they're in the digital identity verification phase, and right now they just catapulted to the top 10 following a hand scanning tech similar to WorldCoin, but instead of scanning your eyeball, looks like this tech is going to be scanning your palm prints or your handprints here. And so on the 8th, Ton Blockchain revealed it is partnering with an AI company. So now we got, a little bit of a DePIN narrative with the infrastructure play and an AI narrative. So really, really bullish narratives here. And it's called Human Code. That doesn't sound scary or ominous. To launch an identity verification system involving the palm scanning technology. They stated this technology works on any smartphone and browser and designed to recognize all skin tones. Now, what's really cool is the Ton Foundation. It looks like they're bootstrapping this event with $7 million as incentives for users to verify their identity. And if we just rewind a little bit, if you don't know what Toncoin was Telegram's first coin, started by the Telegram Open Network. They had to change names to the Open Network. And so kind of separating, what's going on between the two entities. Very, very large community. You can see over 400,000 followers there, but not super active when it comes to, chatter on Crypto X. You don't really see too much of Ton fanboys out there sharing memes, interjecting, getting in arguments online, but more on that later in the third topic here. So between Telegram just having a giant community, also, you're having some AI style upgrades, Toncoin getting a lot of attention. Now, am I bearish on Cardano? Am I still bullish on Cardano? What is DZ's thoughts on Cardano? Well, I think Leo said it best.
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving.
That's right. I'm not leaving, everybody. If we look here, this was a really good thread and kind of just breaks down where we're at in the cycle when it comes to Cardano. Now, I've done videos on the past, but this is just a little bit of a run through. Cardano has had 2 bull runs with 100x. That is right. They have already given people 2 different instances of 100x's. Well, this thread kind of breaks it down. First bull run here, 54 days of sideways action. This is right after the ICO in Japan, 2017. You just see sideways, 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 and then straight upward bull for 42 days. This was a 100x. It peaked above $1 early 2018. So I kind of threw it up on the chart right here. This is the 2017 lows. You can see you just get in for pennies. There's a little brief period where you can get in for a penny and change, and then very, very quickly, this thing went from pennies to $1.20. Really, it felt like hours. It felt like days, but it was a little bit closer to months there. And so that's the first bull run for Cardano. Now I am still bullish, even though we had a second bull run. That's right, the second bull run, 200 days of sideways action after the big pandemic of 2020. Then straight upward bull run for 150, 240 days, some sideways action with a double peak. That's because Bitcoin had a nice top in April and then it had a second top in November. Cardano topped out in September, firmly in the middle, kind of, closer to the second X. That ended up being a 150x. And what did we see after that? 770 days of a bear market. And yes, very, very similar period is where we're at today. Now we're where we're at now. This is the third bull run, the actual cycle we're in now. 45 days of sideways action. And now could it be 100 days? Could it be even more? It is up to you if you want to leave this train, if you want to get out of the station. Hey, there's a stop. You can go ahead. You could jump off Me, DZ, he's not jumping off the Cardano train right now. So this is the Cardano Bitcoin trading pairs going back years. This is the 2017. This is where it did its 100x and it felt like days. This is where it did its 150x. But this is priced in Bitcoin. This is the ADA Bitcoin trading pair. And right now we are testing the bottom of the trend line, meaning it is a very small amount of sats per Cardano. Let me stretch out over here. And you can see right now, each Cardano is worth 872 sats. At one point, the last bull run, it was over 6,000. So you could see an 8x relative to Bitcoin at these current levels. So right now, not interested in selling my Cardano. So if you ask the question, is DZ still bullish on Cardano? It's a resounding yes. It's a hell yes. You're darn right I'm still bullish on that coin. I don't plan on leaving anytime soon. And now I said, there's some warning signs. And this is very important. There are some warning signs when it comes to Telegram and just the distribution. But then I'm gonna give you a little compliment sandwich here, Toncoin. Don't you worry. There's a tweet from Cardano Whale. Playing on easy versus playing on hard mode. Frankly, it's ridiculous that these two are put next to each other in any type of ranking. Of course, he's talking about the market caps there. Now, Toncoin distribution, I'll go ahead and admit it, leaves a lot to be desired. This is Cardano's distribution, the top 10 wallets, meaning the 10 biggest whales of Cardano, they have 9% of the tokens. If we were to stretch that out and say, well, that's the top 10. What about the top 100? 21%. So meaning out of every 5 Cardano, one of those 5 is held by the top 100 wallets. Well, what about Toncoin? Well, folks, this is going to shock you. This is a warning sign I want to tell you about. Look at the top 10 holders. Top 10 holders, 61% of Toncoin. And if you look at the top 100, over 90%, top 100 wallets have 93% of the tokens. A lot of people are looking at this metric and saying, you're about to be dumped on. You are going to be used as cannon fodder for VCs. But I have a little bit of a bright spot in the future, folks. This is something that I learned in 2021. VCs have stronger diamond hands than you might realize. Now, this is the Solana chart, and this is the 3-day chart here. You can see the nice first run up in 2021. Fell down, kind of like a double top similar to Cardano, and then it ended up peaking in November. Now, I remember this run up. I was, interacting with a whole lot of meme coins. I was minting. I think I got in Solana mostly for the NFTs there. And then I remember people saying, oh, well, we moved too quickly. We went up to around close to $60. I'm gonna go ahead and move to this side so we can see some of the price action here. So the first big candles that we saw, we ended up seeing, $60 peaks. Dip down pretty hard, dip down to about $20. And then everyone was saying, that was the VCs. The VCs dumped on you. It's never going to go higher than $60. Where it wicks, it will stick. Well, the VCs said, hold my beer. Now you can see a little bit of a, retracement. It was a little bit of a volatile period right there. But everyone said the VCs were going to start dumping. And then it ran up. And everyone said, don't worry, now the VCs are going to start dumping at $100. I guarantee you the VCs are going to start dumping. And then it kept going up. In fact, it kept running up to $215. And then it started a little bit of retracement and say, see, I told you the VCs are out. This thing is dead. And then it still continued to climb and went up to $260. So the whole time when it went from 20 to 40, you just heard VC's going to dump 40 to 60, 60 to 80, to 100, to 200, to 250. And then eventually the VCs did dump. But no one expected Solana to be able to hit $100 when it first hit 40. And definitely no one expected to hit 200 after it hit 100. And I was in the chain. I'm minting NFTs. And I still found it very unlikely because I just heard chatter that VCs are going to dump. The VCs are going to dump. And so, I just wanted to point out to you, if we look at Solana, I feel like Toncoin is in a similar range. This is September 2021. This is the first top for Solana. So if you look here, Solana, top 10. Newer, hey, kind of like Toncoin, came in top 10. But if we were to rewind 6 months, we go back to March of 2021, Solana was nowhere to be found. Here, you have to scroll all the way down to 22. And so Solana, a lot of similarities to Toncoin, hung out in the 20s. Boom, it's a top 10 coin. So get ready for the dump, Solana had a little bit of a dump. but then after that, we end up seeing a huge gain. So if we get a little bit of a pullback on Toncoin, which, I do expect as, people take some profit here, do not be surprised if we end up with a 2x or even greater after the pullback. It happened for Solana. It can happen for Toncoin. I just want to share that. But, that's my thoughts on Toncoin surpassing Cardano. It feels bad, especially for Cardano holder, and it looks great for Toncoin, but now you're expecting all the sell pressure. Just be careful. The markets might do the opposite of what do you expect. I'm DZ for Discover Crypto. We'll see your Toncoin or your Cardano bags at the top.